November 5th, the migrate. And remember this, we're going to win. I think we're going to win maybe bigger than anyone understands. And when I win on November 5th, and it's not me, we win. We're going to win. When we win on November 5th, the migrant invasion ends and the restoration of our country begins. We're going to restore our country. One of the deadliest and most vicious migrant gangs that Kamala has imported into our country. Essentially, she open borders. When you say open borders, and then they say, we're going to give you health care, education, we're going to give... They're forced to come up, right? Sheriff, you look good, handsome guy. But they come in. It's like a magnet. They come in. They're promised everything. In New York, they get hotel rooms, luxury hotel rooms, and our veterans are forced to sleep on the streets. Think of it. But as a savage Venezuela prison gang formed in the prison, Tren de Aragua, that is taking over apartment complexes and unleashing a violent terror spree. This is in that case in Colorado. And the governor, who's a radical left Democrat, is petrified of the situation. He doesn't know what to do. He doesn't know what to do. Replace him. I think we replace him. I hope Colorado, you know, Colorado with the governor, this weak guy, Colorado was the one that tried to get Trump. I'm leading every candidate, including the Democrats, on the ballot, and they put in a petition to have me removed from the ballot. And then they say, think of it. They didn't get very far, but this guy tried that. So, and then they say, I'm a threat to democracy. I'm a threat. No, they're a threat. But they even are taking over parts of Times Square. They're all over the place now, and they have weapons like very few people have. So let's take a look.
Open borders and
that's what we have. Thanks a lot, Kamala. Thanks a lot, Kamala. We appreciate it. The United States is now an occupied country, but it will soon be an occupied country no longer. We're not going to have this. November 5th, 2024 will be called Liberation Day in America. We're going to be liberated. Under Kamala Harris, 13,099, this is information right from the Border Patrol, not even believable. 13,099 illegal alien convicted murderers were set to prey upon the United States of America. Think of that. And 425,000 convicted criminal aliens were released into our country over the last 3.5 years. Think of that, 425,000. Last year, an illegal alien was arrested at the Arizona border and then released into the United States by Kamala's horrible open border policy. He went on to repeatedly rape and strangle a woman, killing some, they don't know how many, and is now facing over 100 years in prison. Thank you very much, Kamala. We appreciate it. Through our open border, Kamala Harris is also actively aiding and abetting the worst human traffickers, child smugglers, drug dealers, bloodthirsty criminal networks. We have them all, the worst murderers in the world. They make our criminals look like nice people, I'm telling you. The cartel's profits have soared from $500 million a year under Trump to $13 billion under the border czar, Kamala. And every day they're stealing innocent lives on both sides of the border. They're killing people left and right. Nobody knows it. And the fake news right back there, they don't want to report it. They don't want to report it. They don't put it. You know, when I put these, I have friends, they love the rallies. They want to watch the rallies, and they always do. And the other day, one of my friends said, you know, we love the rallies, but you put up these great clips that are very descriptive, and the fake news will not put the camera on the clips. I didn't know that, you know. I just heard that. And we tell them to do it, but they don't do it. They just keep that camera zoomed in on me. Such a waste of time. Now, we have some clips. They're great clips. And the people at home, we got millions of people watching on television, but they won't move those cameras. I try and shame them. I do whatever I can. They're just bad people. And until we get a fair and free press in this country, they're just bad people. I mean, look how easy. Here you have, all they have to do is just go, huh? 1 inch this way and 1 inch this way, and you got it. They don't want to do that. They're the enemy of the people. They are. They're the enemy of the, I've been asked not to say it. I don't want to say it. They're the enemy of the people. And someday they're not going to be the enemy of the people, I hope. Just days ago, a young U.S. Marine Corps veteran named Nicholas Quetz, from right here in Arizona, you know about it, was driving through Mexico for a beach weekend, just a weekend with his friends, a really good guy, good kid, when he was viciously gunned down on the highway and murdered by members of a Mexican cartel. And it was brutal, for no reason whatsoever. And we're joined today by Nick's wife, Carrie, his father, Warren, his mother, Patricia, his sister, Alexis, and his brother-in-law, Phil. Could you please stand up wherever you may be? Could you please stand up? A beautiful guy, a beautiful family, and we are so sorry for your loss. Can't be expressed. Thank you very much. Under the Trump administration, we will achieve complete and total victory over these sadistic monsters. We will reclaim our territory. We will restore the sovereign borders of the United States of America, and we will put the cartels quickly out of business. They're going to be gone. Immediately upon taking the oath of office, I will launch the largest deportation program in American history. We'll get them out. And I will rescue every town across America that's been invaded and conquered. These towns have been conquered. And we will put these vicious and bloodthirsty criminals in jail, or we'll kick them the hell out of our country as fast as we can. And to expedite removals of Tren de Aragua and other savage gangs like MS-13, just as bad. This is bad. These are really violent people. MS-13 on Long Island, they like Long Island. We put up thousands, we took out ICE. They're great people. Our ICE. You know, she wants to terminate ICE. Who's going to remove these people? Terminate ICE. They're tough and they love the country. But think of this. 2 young girls walking to school, 16 years old. They don't like using guns because knives are more painful. They sliced them up into pieces, killed them both, and then went about playing and doing whatever the hell they were doing. And ICE went in and grabbed them and got them. And they wish they didn't do that to those 2 young girls. They were walking to school, 2 beautiful, perfect young girls walking to school. They got knifed to death, both of them, cut up. And we got to get these animals out of here fast. It's only going to be worse. And to do so, I have to go back a long way because, you know, that's when they ran a little tougher country. And nowadays, everything's so politically correct. They fight harder for the criminal than they do for the people that have been murdered, killed. These stupid politicians. I will invoke the Alien Enemies Act of 1798. Can you believe that? To go back that far. To target and dismantle every migrant criminal network operating on American soil. Can you imagine having to go back to 1798? And if they come back into our country, it's an automatic 10 years in jail with no possibility of parole. And I'm hereby calling for the death penalty for any migrant that kills an American citizen or a law enforcement officer. Thank you. I will end catch and release. You know, we had a policy called Remain in Mexico. People think that was easy to get. That was so good. They ended it immediately. I will end all migrant flights. I will outlaw sanctuary cities, which is a place where they give criminals sanctuary. I will immediately ask Congress for funding to hire 10,000 new border agents and to approve a 10% raise for existing agents and a $10,000 retention and signing bonus. We're doing it. They've been treated unfairly. And I will ban all welfare and federal benefits from illegal aliens, and they won't come anymore. They won't come. And in yet another incoherent train wreck of a television interview yesterday, Kamala Harris stated once again that she opposes any plan to send her illegal aliens back home. She opposes deportation. I don't think she knew what the hell she was saying, you want to know. I actually saw it. I said, I think she must have misunderstood. She'll say, I didn't understand the question. She's a low IQ individual, I'm telling you. I'm good at this stuff. She's a low IQ person. She opposes deportations. Can you believe it? She doesn't want them, Sheriff. She doesn't want them deported. We have a man over here, one of the greats of all time. Stand up, Joe. Stand up. One of the great of all time. Stand up. He didn't play games at the border. Sheriff Joe. He didn't play games. He's a great one. We miss his wife. We miss his wife. She died a couple of years ago. We miss her. She loved this guy. Can you imagine she was in love with him like crazy? Who the hell could love him? But you know what? He got the job done. He got that job done, right? No games. And he did it fairly. Thank you very much for being here. It's very nice. I didn't know you were going to be here. It's appropriate that you're here, frankly. You know that. He did a real job. You didn't have the problems that you have today, the day that just walk in. You got those weak politicians, those pathetic politicians. And by the way, speaking of non-weak, I really hope you're going to go out and vote for Carrie Lake for the Senate. Where is she? Thank you, Carrie. Thank you, Karen. Good luck. And you know what I want you to do now? Get up and go to that television show. She's doing Laura Ingraham, and Laura Ingraham has been great. And we want you to do great. You go ahead. The whole place, we're going to clap as you leave. Go ahead. Come on. Sheriff Joe. Thank you. Thank you, Karen. Great. Great job. Thank you. Thank you, fellas. She's terrific. You know, we had a deal. I was going to introduce her, but I was going to just sort of let her I said, isn't it better if we just say, because she has to do a big show, actually, with Laura. Laura's been great, too, as you know. And so I said, rather than have her sort of like try and avoid, I said, go out to wonderful applause. And somehow, Sheriff Joe, I think that worked out pretty good, right? Huh? But he's never leaving us this one here. And Kamala supports mass amnesty and citizenship for the human tidal wave. And she's brought it to us. It's going to come crashing down like you've never seen. This tidal wave, we're going to break this tidal wave. We're going to end it fast, or we're going to have our country back again. Every Arizona senior needs to know that Kamala's plan for mass amnesty will obliterate Medicare and Social Security. They want to put these people on Social Security and Medicare, and that's going to sink those two things. Whereas I'm saving them, and I'm not raising the age like they will have to do. I'm not raising, you'll never see me raise the age. We have liquid gold. We have so much wealth in this country. We have so much. We don't have to play around with Social Security like they want to do. They're going to destroy your Social Security, among our country. They're going to destroy our country. So that's, that's the whole ballgame. If you want your Medicare looted by 21 million illegal aliens until there's nothing left, and by the way, if they ever got in, the border will be immediately opened, and you'll have 200 million people come in here. You'll have 200 million, and there will be no fracking, Pennsylvania. There will be no fracking. There will be no nothing. We'll have a country that will be a disgrace and an embarrassment. Nobody will even know. It'll happen so fast. It can happen fast. Look at Venezuela. 15 years ago, Venezuela was a thriving, incredible country, and now the people can't get a bottle of water. If you want to save Medicare and save Social Security, you must vote for a gentleman named Donald J. Trump. Have you heard of him? It's an amazing stat, but virtually 100% of the net job creation in the last year, you know who it's gone to? Migrants. They're creating jobs. I didn't believe it. I actually have that. Andy Biggs, I had to have that number checked, and I was right. The jobs are going to people that are pouring in. This border invasion of millions of people pouring in is causing a job crisis for Black and Hispanic population. That's what's happening. Hispanic and Black are losing their jobs because of this. And it makes sense. You got millions of people pouring in, people that have had their job, that have done a job for years. They're losing their job. And it started with the Black and the Hispanic populations. And we're just not going to let it all happen. It's so disgraceful. They don't want to show you all of the jobs that the Black and Hispanic people are losing because they want to wait till after the election. But I've seen numbers, and when you see those numbers, the election's going to be over probably, although 818,000 jobs were fraudulently put on the rolls